overview, entendeu? É só porque eu vou ler várias vezes pra ter o flow na minha mente e eu vou jogando as coisas depois de acordo. Geralmente eu faço assim.
Tá, então fala aí, sem ler.
Ainda não sei. Quando você voltar da academia eu consigo.
Só mais ou menos assim,
Tá, quem eu sou? Então, eu vou
em
falar,
inglês.
tipo... Sorry, my brain is like crazy. Okay. So, hi, I'm Dafne. I'm an applicant for Isaac International. Just take that here. Yeah, that's it. Hi, I'm Dafne Sartorio and I'm an applicant for Isaac International for the term 16-17. In this video, I will talk a bit about myself, my motivation to apply for Isaac International, and also what I envision for the organization for the upcoming term. I come from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and actually from a neighbor city called Nova Iguaçu. And my family actually got to know Nova Iguaçu in the 20s when they came from Italy and Germany, and they migrated to Brazil because of the war. After that, my family became entrepreneurs. Nowadays, my family works mainly with education, and also a lot of people are doctors or they have their own hospitals and these sort of things. So this was the environment that I was raised in. It's a very conservative environment, to be honest. So this was something that is embedded in my personality. Especially regarding education is something that I really, really feel connected because of my mom, which is my role model. She always taught me that education is the best enabler one person can have. Regarding my father, he's a person who taught me a lot regarding culture, and I think he's the best representation of the global citizen. In the end, that's why I decided to go for international relations in university, and it was something that my family was a bit afraid at the beginning because they thought I was going to be maybe a doctor or do something related to that, but I didn't want to. And international relations was something really new, but in Brazil. Actually, something that I'm really grateful for because that's how I got to know Isaac. I was in the second semester of university by then. I was already taking my first internship and I was studying Chinese, and I remember one of my friends in the class, she came to me and she said, why don't you go on exchange? It will be very nice. Maybe you can go even to China and take a social project and improve your Chinese and get to know the culture. I really liked the idea. And then I went for an interview in Isaac, I was approved, and I traveled to China 2 months later. So I stayed 2 months in Shanghai. I had no idea about what Isaac was, but it was super interesting for me because I think in the end I was a bit brainwashed. I traveled with 2 people who were local VPs and 2 people who were just elected for the MC in Brazil. One of them nowadays is one of my best friends, and I came back really in love with the organization and what changed for my perspective itself. So that's why I decided to stay. So my main career in Isaac was mostly in incoming global internship program, which is IGIP. I applied for MC in Brazil, and I spent 1 year living with a lot of crazy people in a house. Yes, 18 people in a house. It's a very big challenge, but it was one of the best years of my life. And this year I'm in Belgium taking my second MC experience because I wanted to challenge myself to go abroad and live a multicultural experience. Which also comes to my motivation for applying for Isaac International. The first of them is what I'm doing now and what I want to do in my future. As I said, I want to foster a career with my own organization in health and something related to the SDG that brings health and well-being to other people. I still don't know exactly what I want to do, let's say exactly, specifically speaking as a core business itself. So that's why I am sure that the experience in Isaac International will bring me a lot of tools and a lot of networking and maybe some fresh ideas for this. Second of all is regarding my contribution. I know I can contribute a lot for the network itself because of my view, because of the experience that I have, and because of the passion that I have for the organization. Third of all is my excitement about 2020. Actually, when I entered Isaac and I came back from China, my first local conference was, let's say, the moment that the Vision 2015 was launched in a local level. It was a very crazy bunch of ideas at the same time because I didn't know anything like GCDP, JP, what is that you guys are talking about? And in the end, I was so in love with the vision itself, and it's something that made me go through the Isaac experience with a lot more passion. And now we have 2020 before us, and I am definitely sure that I can bring a lot to that because I'm really committed to that to happen. Which also brings me a lot to the ideas that I see for the next term. We have a lot of ideas, we have the roadmap, we have projects that we need to take forward, but how are we going to actually do what needs to be done and be brave enough to take the actions that we need to take? We cannot lose focus, but at the same time we need to do some other things. So what we need to make sure now is that we are improving the routes that we are taking now, but at the same time we are looking for new routes. All of these routes, they need to go to the same end, which is 2020 and the statements that we want to bring to society. The first idea is upscaling the current partnerships that we have. The current term of partnerships brought a lot of upscaling from local network, brought a lot of new partnerships, and now it's time to take care of them. Time to make them align and time to make them contribute for 2020. Second of all is support to our operations. So how are we going to make sure that our operations are being supported by the partnerships that we have? And these partnerships need to actually be relevant for them. Third of all is about co-sales and education. It's also a strategy that began to happen during this term. And I think it brought a lot of results just in 1 year. If it's tackled for the next term, it can bring a lot more. Fourth, and not least, is massive and regional collaboration and regional alliances. So for example, the partnership with Asian Development Bank, it needs to happen in all regions. It also shows a lot about how nowadays we have a lot of regions that are becoming stronger because of the effects of globalization, and that we need to tackle the regions and the different cultures in a local level. So yes, these are the ideas. Of course, a lot can change. We still are not that sure about what's going to come for 2020, but one thing is certain. I'm really committed to making that happen, and I'm really open also for your feedbacks and inputs. If you need anything or if you want to hear anything else about my ideas, just come and talk to me. And I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.